Alrighty. Today I'm going to be talking about dark force interference. Right now it's called Beyond Foundations, where I'm teaching the work, how I do the work, step by step, basically, doing lots of demos. But today I want to talk about the next program of that Beyond Foundations, the next segment, I should say, coming up. Dark force interferences. Unfortunately, I think everyone on the planet's going to have dark force interferences on some level. So, what does that mean? Well, so I have lots of people that come and, that come for help, come to get a session or whatever, okay? So a lot of these people, some of them are healers, a lot of healers, but basically, they're feeling like there's major interferences, things in the way, okay? They feel like they're under attack, or they have things like health issues, money issues, relationship issues, energy levels, all kinds of different things, and they're wondering what's going on, They're really good people, kind-hearted, do lots of practices of, opening the heart, caring, blah, 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 okay? So, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. So, what I'm finding is, let's see here. Some of the nicest people in their live stream, in their lives, past lives, soul's evolution, have done things, opening the doors, oaths, vows, promises, allegiances to the powers of darkness. Okay, they do it to have power. Think about when, cursing, casting. Here's the thing with people that people don't really understand. When you get mad at somebody, let's just say you're driving and someone cuts you off. I've seen this happen many times, and you get all angry, and then you want to curse them or whatever. All that dark energy comes up, all that hatred comes up, all that anger comes up, all that blackness comes up, okay? So, even when you're doing those kinds of things, that's a darkness coming through, okay? So most people, almost everyone in some way has enlisted and given some kind of oath, vow, something where they've opened up the doors and have enlisted the powers of darkness so that they can get what they want. I mean, this is not cool, but to this day, I used to have a connection with someone, excuse me, I lived in Colorado, and this person was, even though this person was, a healer and did good things, and in this time period, that person's continued to use darkness to manifest. Okay? So all these different things continue to happen in this friend's life because you can't serve two lights, the dark light or the light, the white light. Okay? You can't. So, even to this day, I remember when I lived in Vegas, I had a client who made friends with someone whose family were satanic worshipers, satanic peoples, and they did their altar, they did sacrifices, but they also had a couple souls that they had captured. Okay? It's still happening to this day. That's my point. Okay? So, it's like you might be thinking you've never done anything like that in this lifetime, okay? And yet negative things are happening, especially people who are severely under attack by the powers of darkness. That's usually an indicator that they went really deep. They were a heavy hitter in the powers of darkness, and then they changed their mind and try to get out of it. This is when you get attacked a lot, okay? Intense things happening. So you don't have memory of that, and like I said, on some level, you're trying. You think you're serving the light. Okay, so I'm telling you, once you open those doors, they don't close. Once you've enlisted the assistance, or you've given the go-ahead, or you've taken vows or oaths or made promises or taken allegiances to the powers of darkness, you don't just get set free, okay? It doesn't work that way. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Once you open that door, it's eternal. It's for eternity, basically, okay? So the good news is, way back, this was back in 2000, I think it was 2004, something like that. Maybe it was 2000, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It was back, I think it was 2004. Kucinich, there was guys running for president. This is not during the election, the election year. And I was asked to do this meditation that they were doing across the whole U.S. at the same time, okay? And the intention was to, get this guy elected, and because, it was about bringing more light, bringing more consciousness, awareness, that type of thing. So that's when I had my experience with Lucifer literally waking up, okay? I'm not going to go into detail, but basically, yeah, I was seeing stuff, and then we just, I was shown to go down into this tunnel, down deep, and so it created some kind of vibrational frequency, and that being that we now call Lucifer or Satan, whatever, literally woke up. Ever since then, I've been able to release people from the power, the grips, the bindings of the powers of darkness. But the average person, you're not going to know what to do. You don't know how to unravel it. So what happens? You're trapped. You're tortured until someone releases you or helps you. Okay. So what people don't realize is is that when you open those doors, it's like it isn't just like a one-time thing. Think about it. When people get involved in voodoo or sorcery or black magic or dark witchery, witchcraft, and you get involved in Satanism and learning casting spells and doing soul capturing and doing soul devouring, all of these things, you're going to have victims, you're going to cause harm to people. So all of these people, oftentimes, they want retribution. So not only do you have the powers of darkness affecting you, tracking you, stalking you, undermining you, interfering with your whole life, you also have the victims. Okay? Sometimes they're in your body. Think about this. People that do, atrocities and causing harm, and they want to hurt people, because we have a lot of heartless people, and they can literally pull the energy in, or oftentimes souls, peoples that they've tortured, they want retribution. Okay, so they follow you for lifetimes. So not only are you being tortured by the powers of darkness because you open those doors, now you serve the dark. Now you got all the victims wanting to punish you, torture you, get revenge, retribution, punishment. Okay, sometimes they pull you out onto the astral plane. Sometimes you're just stuck in past lives. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, almost every time, if you've done anything causing harm to someone, their energy is in you. Okay, so see, people don't understand all these things. People don't understand there's no teachings or trainings to teach you that, when you violate someone, if you're not totally in your body maintaining your own energy essence, you're putting your energy into them, and you're pulling their energy into you. And now sometimes people literally attack you because of the harm you have done, either to them or to their family. Okay? So this is not something to just take lightly, people. This is like serious energy frequencies that are interfering with people's lives. Okay? So I really got deeply involved in this aspect of what I now teach and what I do clearings on when I was living in the desert. Some of you know this. Went into the desert for 4 years, and I had this belief that I can be in the desert and then reach a state of peace and feeling like that connection, heart open, at peace, just being in the world without angst, arriving at nirvana, It was very intense experience. But main thing is that what I'm talking about though is that's when I really started finding, discovering the enormity of the powers of darkness and how it's affecting all of humanity. Okay, so it's huge. So in the program that I'm doing, that I'm leading, I'll be like it'll be a four segments, so 4 classes, and I'll be getting deeply into information, and then I'm going to do demonstrations, teaching people how do you release someone from the grip of the powers of darkness. How do you help someone that's been involved, deeply involved, that did rituals, that did sacrifices. I mean, even things like people that got involved doing black magic or voodoo, that all of that. It's like, again, you're enlisting the powers of darkness. Okay, so we're learning how to unravel, how to clear. What can we do to help people? Okay, so that's what that program is really about. It's the dark force segment of what we teach. We teach all of this in the foundations, or the fundamentals of shamanism. Okay, we used to call it foundations. We're changing names, so it's now the fundamentals, of shamanism and energy work. So we're teaching people, giving them information, but you're not going to get you're learning what it's about. Okay, I think it's like one weekend and you learn about it, all kinds of different teachings around it. But with me, we are not having just like a weekend. What we're doing is we're going for four segments of that, and each time I'm literally what I do is I talk about a particular part of that, of the dark powers of darkness, okay? And then I get the knowing of someone to do a demo on. And then I do a demonstration, I talk through it so that you understand what I'm doing, you're learning what I'm doing, you're learning how to do the work that I do, okay? The work that I created through years of hands-on, working with thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people's, making a difference in their lives. So there's all kinds of information. There's all kinds of things that you just don't know about, okay? Unless you can really track energy, unless you're someone who has those abilities, to find things, then, you might be helping people at a certain level, but you won't get, you're not going to have the teachings that I'm bringing forth. So, sorry, guys. The powers of darkness, the energy frequency, the teachings, it's like it's like coming face to face, meeting these dark energies for one thing. And then actually you meet it in the foundations. By the time you're with me, you should already know you should already have a connection. But what happens though is the demonstrations that'll be happening, it's like there'll be so many different kinds of demonstrations, different teachings, different things. I mean, it's just thousands and thousands and thousands of things that can happen when people have opened those doors. So we want to shut those doors, close those doors, release people from the grip, from the bindings, from the attacks of the powers of darkness. So if you're someone who either feels like you're under attack or you're a healer and you want to help others, this would be the program for you, something that you would take. I just want to check to see if we got any kind of questions happening here. All right, question, just listening to Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, this is Charlene. She's there's several questions I'll answer, but whoops, wrong one. Hang on. Yeah, in the desert. Yeah, so when I was in the desert, people, it wasn't that I was like looking for things, okay? I went there with a, I was led, basically, okay? Remember, if any of you who know me know that I am led, and when I have a knowing, that's when I follow, okay? So I had the knowing to go to the desert, and it was during that time and spending, like not really seeing other people, for weeks on end or whatever, and being in the middle of nowhere, and, spending a lot of time just being in my own body, my own experience, facing my own self. But it was during that time that I started seeing, oh, actually, it was when they started filming. That's what the doors really opened for me. Like, I'm in this film called Awaken Soul to Soul. Okay, this is a film that I did with other people, but the producers of the film came to my place, out into the desert, and filmed me there. But when they were leaving, there was the guy, the audio guy, was saying something, and I could see clearly that there was some kind of really dark energy in him. So I cleared that, and that's when all the things started opening up, and I began to see the different kinds of interferences, and then I really started tracking it, because once something comes into my awareness, what is this? Yeah, I'm sure, but if you've ever been around me, you're going to hear me say, what was that? What was that? Okay, and that means I have felt something that's so, like, you just barely even know it, feel it, sense it, hear it, whatever. And it's like, what? That's where the magic is, finding those pieces. So in the desert, I really, really started tracking and finding, and man, it was craziness. So all kinds of energies, all kinds of things, you start discovering. Okay, so that was my training ground. Going into the desert was my training for the powers of darkness, and everything, all the energies, frequencies, interferences, all of it. So yeah, I came up across massive things. Just so you understand. Okay, hang on. There was something here. Just listening. Okay, hang on. Someone's asking. Okay, there's cute questions. Okay, so Sarah was listening to Penny Kelly. I don't know who that is. She described in detail how ETs systematically take over a country and can take 500 years doing it. Do believe Earth and all of us have been? No. You guys, I just want to share something. My sister, this is where I'm at right now. I'm at my sister's. When we were younger, I'm talking back in the, let me think, 70s. Kids were, in the 70s. 67. Yeah, it was 69. I moved into, so in 1969, I moved up into the mountains, and my sister followed with her husband, and we had little kids. And we started getting involved with channeling and automatic writing, opening. We were opening. What happened for my sister is, in that area, there were a lot of space, for real. We used to go, her husband was a logger, so they'd camp out in the summer. I'd go visit. We'd sit in the campfire and watch the skies and watch the spaceships, for real. Okay. So the space, that was like an area, like their path, and they were coming into the mountains and going into the mountains. So here's what's up. They're always here, people. They're here. We just don't see them. Okay? And we don't see them because they're in another dimension. You've all know or heard that there's other dimensions right here, overlays. Okay? Science has proven there's 12 dimensions that they know of. So all that's happening is they're right here, but they're in another dimension, so we don't see them. But what began to happen is my sister began to communicate telepathically, and they began to present. The spaceships started to come and hover over her house. So for 3 years, they were giving her teachings. 3 years. They were telling her they were here to help. They were here to help because humans were destroying the planet. Okay? Humans were, killing the planet. So they're here to help. Now, of course, we have other beings, other space, other dimensions, other peoples doing different things, other, aliens, okay? Because alien meaning this isn't their home planet, okay? Aliens coming from other countries. This is not their home state, country. Got it? Or, the U.S., okay? So aliens, not in a negative way. But basically, they started giving her all these teachings. Every day of her life, they were giving teachings for 3 years, okay? And they showed her, they gave her names because that's how we connect, how we think about people. Realistically, they didn't have names. She could feel and sense each individual because they were transmitting telepathically. So she could always feel who was talking to her, who was connecting with her, because you can feel it, okay? It's totally different, people. But this whole thing, here's the thing, people come up with all these all these things about ETs, and where are they getting their information? Are they going direct? Are they connecting with the species that they're talking about? I mean, that would be my question. Where are you getting your info? Did you go direct? Are you connecting with these beings? Well, my sister did. Okay, 3 years. So we will be doing a series on this, her and I. So we've been talking about it, and we will be doing that at some point and bringing that forth, okay? But basically, people, you hear all these things, but my question is, you all have the ability to connect to your own knowing. When you hear something, what are you feeling inside? What's resonating? What's going on within? What's your own knowing knowing? What's your own knowing? Okay, people, this is, for me, this is what I teach. It's like everyone has the ability, everyone has the knowing. Okay, if you don't listen to your knowing, then you're going to buy into anything and everything that someone's telling you externally. Okay, see, in my life, I began to know my own knowing at really, really young, like seriously, probably toddler. Okay, and I could feel stuff. I could feel when something wasn't right. Even there's a slight distortion. That's why I never studied, never did anything with somebody else, alive or dead. This is why I went direct. This is why I bring my teachings. So here's what's a trip. The very teachings that I teach, that I got firsthand through direct experience by going direct, hands-on healing, and also a lot of, opening up, expanding consciousness that I did a lot of. My sister got the same info from these aliens, okay? So, for me, it's all about what's real, what's the absolute. If it's not the absolute, I'm not interested. So if you want to believe systems, you want to buy into and believe channelers or people that are telling you things or whatever, where are they getting their info? Are you listening? Can you feel within your own self? Feeling your own knowing, okay? We all have it. All right. Let me think here. Okay. Yeah. So the class, you guys, I'm telling you, this class is phenomenal. I love it because I get to play. I get to do things extraordinary that you don't get to do. We have all these peoples that have all these things happening, and it's like, oh yeah, you got powers of darkness. Yeah, they got you. Yep, they got all the demons around you, whatever. Oh, and you over here, you have all these victims because you were the one. Yeah. You were torturing people. You were like a heavy hitter in the powers of darkness. You know what I mean? It just goes on and on and on. So it's an awesome program. So dark force interferences is huge, but that's what the next segment will be. Okay, and I think it starts like next weekend. It might even be. I don't remember. Cynthia will know when it starts. So if you, again, this program is, we're letting people come in, even if you're not a healer. Okay, we're letting people come in, and you can learn. Even if you're not a healer, you're going to learn things that will change your life. And here's the other piece. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing a demonstration, everyone's getting the benefit. Everyone's getting cleared. Okay, so it's a great way to get clearing and understanding and teachings and different things you'll learn to help yourself, help your family, help your friends, help your loved ones. It's pretty awesome. Okay, the video. Question. I think I worked on someone who was. Yes, yeah, you got it. Okay, yeah. Hang on. Yes, I have this. I have worked with people that were victims of cults, and I have released the grip on them, the hold on them, because sometimes in these cults, especially people that are working at the energetic levels and having power over, interfering with people. Yeah, so I've definitely worked with that kind of thing. And then she's asking too, like the drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, Jones, the Jones guy. I remember when that happened. No, I haven't worked with that. I haven't had any peoples that were with him. I did work with people that were with T and Do. This was another two people that created a cult. I forget what they called it. This was way back in probably the 80s or so, maybe even earlier. I had several people that were in that cult. You know, it's like brainwashing in a sense. You know, everything had to be the same. You cook the same, measure everything the same. All these beliefs. Okay, it was all about that the aliens, the spaceships, were going to come and take them. These are the ones who you may have read about them. This was many years ago, but they had purple cloth over them, and they had white tennis shoes, and they killed themselves. Because it was when the big Billy Bop or whatever that big bop thing came through, that the cult leader was saying that was it, so they all killed themselves. Okay, yes, so I've worked with those people, some of the people that left that. Okay, so yes, I have worked with cult leaders, people of cults, not leaders themselves, but the cults. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, wondering if they crossed over or still around. Well, see here, the crossing over people is a belief. Okay. So when you die, everyone has the opportunity to go home into the light. But sometimes we have these belief systems, like you're gonna like this, okay? Like heaven and hell and purgatory, and think about different think about different countries and what they believe. These belief systems that we have create energetic areas, and then people go to these areas with these beliefs, and then ultimately in time they'll wake up and leave that and go home into the light. Okay, so it's what are your beliefs, people? What are you believing? There's what I call the dead zone. This is for people who believe nothing happens after death. Okay, nothing. You're dead. That's it. The dead zone. First time I saw it, it's like, whoa, as far as I could see, looks like bodies laying as though they're dead. They're not, but it's a belief. Okay, so people we create from belief systems. Okay, and then those belief systems, we now have a heaven. People, do you think we really had heaven and hell? Seriously? Like, let's go back 10,000 years. Okay? Really? Go back 40,000 years. Those belief systems were not in place. Okay? Everything's a belief. We create it. Misperceptions. Okay, here's a question. Jim Jones. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that many people feel trapped for years, health issues, hard time staying out of despair, anger. Okay, the question is, would you recommend playing your clearings like Dark Force Energy Drain until I feel heaviness shifted? The thing is, all of the recordings that we have in our vault that have to do with any kind of dark force stuff, all of it will be beneficial. The issue is what is the bindings on you? What is it with you? That's why sometimes getting a healing or getting a clearing would be good. I know Michael loves doing dark force stuff. He's like master at it. Everyone can do it. Okay. And on my team. So you might want to consider getting a session. Okay. Because what happens is, during the session, the focus is on you and only you. And then it's finding the interferences and unraveling you, clearing you, rescuing you basically from the trap, the power, the grip, the binding of powers of darkness. But they got to find what's really happening. So all of the clearings in the vault will be beneficial. But if there's something more going on that I'm not finding or addressing in that clearing, you're still going to need to get more unraveling done. Okay. So, anytime people are suffering, it's like, get help. Really, I do. I get help. I still get help. Alrighty. Let's just see what else we got here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. What does that want to be a part of any? Abby, sweetie. No, we don't do no cult here. We do higher level teachings, higher consciousness teachings, okay? No cult here. We don't do cult shit. Okay, after separations, why were dark forces created? Okay, hang on. That's a good question. Okay, after the separation from Source, why were dark forces created? If Source wanted this experience, then why wasn't it all love and light? You guys, how can you know anything if all you have is love and light? Think about it. Think about how much you have grown in your life when you've had experiences, tragedies have happened, horrors have happened, all kinds of stuff, okay? So people, it's like we are here to know ourselves in all ways. That is creation. Creation is everything, okay? So creation, it's not that it's thinking like, oh, I'll be dark or I'll be light or that's not how it works. Creation is an experience of its own self evolving, okay? That's how everything was created. It's like the initial awareness of its own awareness, kind of like us. This is how we became souls, separate from creation. We became aware of our own awareness, caused separation, okay? So it's all about evolving, creation knowing itself from the blackest of black to the lightest of light. And that's what we're doing as people, as souls evolving. Ultimately, we want to go back into the oneness. And this is the journey to get there, to know yourself in all ways. This is why I teach, the programs I teach Know Thyself. Why? It's teaching you how to face yourself, stop making, blaming the world for your experiences, taking responsibility, discovering that you create your reality 100%, and then take it from there. It's life-changing, okay? So creation is like, what happens is, like, for example, look at life right here. Take a kid, a little happy little kid, and violate it, rape it, okay? What's going to happen? Closed heart. Close that heart, what happens? Mean, cruel, hateful, angry behavior starts to happen. You do it hard enough, long enough, and you go evil, you go dark. Now, demons don't incarnate, okay? But yes, they are on the astral planes. How does it happen? Well, everything gets created. There is light of the lightest of light and the darkest of dark, okay? Creation is all of that. It's called polarity. The earth has polarity, okay? You have emotions, all the polarities. Look at everywhere. Look at the world. Look at the belief systems. You have polarities, okay? But now what's happening is now we're moving into fifth dimensional being in the new paradigm. So for the first time in all trillions of years of existence, we're now moving away from the dark polarity. Okay, this is why everything's getting exposed. This is why everything's being revealed. This is why the ugliness is showing up. Like everything, the greed, the selfishness, the harming, hatred, the closed hearts, the torturing, hurting, harming peoples. Okay, it's all happening right here. So we can so it's the shattering of the darkness. It's the shattering of the negativity, the evil that we're doing, and waking up to that. So, it's all part of the divine plan unfolding, but that's what's happening. Okay, so people have misperceptions of what creation is and what we're all doing here. But you can all get this, you can all find out, go direct, go right into God consciousness. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hang on. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Cynthia is saying, here's the thing. Cynthia is saying, I can address your questions in the Dark Force module, and you'll learn how to clear these interferences. It's true. Okay. Yes. 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 Yeah. Are there many types of dark forces? Yes. Many. Okay. And then any tips on not being afraid? Well, here's the thing. They feed on your fear. Okay. Here's the thing. When you're not afraid, they have nothing to feed off of. They're disempowered. Okay. When you are afraid, then that's when they get you. That's when they have power over. That's when, all kinds of negative things can happen. Okay. But basically do your best they're wimpy. Like if you show up in a big energy, then they run away. Keep that in your awareness. Okay. I'm going to tell a quick little story. So way back, 1987 it was, yeah. I started being attacked by these dark energies in 1987, okay? So throughout my life, they would come and what would happen is when I was being attacked and I was trying to come out of it, I would just start calling Jesus, okay? I'm not religious in belief systems, but I connected with that consciousness. And then it was in 2001, it was these demon energies. I would, you're in those light states of dream state, okay, and these demons would come, red eyes, and and so finally I got it. I'm like, okay, that's it. So when it happened, I literally turned around and started chasing that demon and cast it out and made it clear, don't ever come back here. This has never happened again, ever. Okay, so again, people, don't be afraid of them, or if you're afraid, just remember they don't have power over you unless you let it happen. They don't have power over you unless you're having fear, okay? Now, they got power over you from the atrocities that you've done and the oaths and vows that you have taken, then they are going to have power, but that can all be shifted and cleared and released, okay? And this is what I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn this stuff. How do you get freed from the powers of darkness? How do you help others get freed from the powers of darkness? Okay. All right. So I'm going to get going here. Hang on. What is this? Why? Yeah. Okay, do you have any clearings on stock remote viewing from affected person? I don't know that I have any clearings on this one, Charlene. I can't remember. We got so many clearings. We got over 300 clearings over, 12, 10, 15 years of clearings. Yeah, I don't know that I have clearings, but here's the thing. There's agreements and contracts between you. If you're being, anything that's happening, people, I'm telling you straight up, you've made an agreement, okay? Find out why, unravel it, clear it, and be done. Okay? All right, so what time is it? Yeah, I need to get going here. Okay. God, disgusting. Learn how to feel raped, tortured as an animal. Jenny, sweetie. I know. I get it's hard to understand, okay? But here's the thing. When you're not in a body, you have no attachment, okay? When you're not in a body, this is when you're making your agreements, okay? To know yourself in all these different ways. You're the perpetrator, violator, torturer, punisher, but you're also the victim. You're knowing everything. What happens is if we don't know it, if we don't go through the emotion of it, then it gets stuck in the soul imprint, we carry over, and then we're going to recreate. See, it's like learn. This is what I'm teaching. You're going to learn all kinds of stuff, okay? But basically, we're here to know who we are. We can't know ourselves if we don't surrender to the emotions of any experience we're having, okay? These are high-level teachings. Wake the fuck up. Of course, you don't have the teachings, so how can you wake the fuck up, okay? All right, people, I'm going to get going because I got more stuff happening. But I'm telling you, okay? Oh, yeah, subconscious agreements. Yeah, they're in your subconscious, definitely. So, yeah, so learn how to unravel this stuff, okay? Because you can, I unravel stuff all the time, all kinds of stuff, all the time. Alrighty? Okay, so program starts. Cynthia, I don't remember when it starts, but I'm thinking it does start. The Dark Force segment of what I'm teaching does start. Oh, it starts on the 6th. The Dark Force starts on the 6th. So it won't be next weekend, it'll be the weekend after, okay? Because this month had 5 Saturdays or Sundays. So we only do it twice a month. We have class twice a month. So it'll be on the 6th, April 6th. Dark Force Interference, the first class. You're going to want to get in on this stuff, okay? All right, everyone. I'm going to head out, and I'll see Cynthia soon. All right. Thanks for being here. Hope I'll see you in class. Very cool. All righty. Bye.